Hello, instructional group. I want to present to you the first part of our project, which is number 1, Common Core State Standards, and how it relates to the IEP and to the RTI, the tiers 1, 2, and 3. The first resource that I read was a webinar, presented as a webinar and also as a slide share. I strongly suggest that you view the slide share because it has mounts of information about how the Common Core State Standards can be broken down for students with special needs, especially in the RTI process. And it's important to understand the definition of what the Common Core State Standards is. It generally means that we are learning information in a deeper way, step by step, layer by layer. It does not mean that we are learning more information. It's not quantity information that's the goal, but rather understanding deeper meaning from concepts. The article mentioned, or the information of the slide share mentioned how the tiers, it's important what is learned in Tier 1 is carried through Tier 2 and Tier 3. Most times instructors forget that Tier 3 has to have the same elements as Tier 1. And this resource will tell you how to break things down and how to relate to the special needs, how to relate the Common Core State Standards to the special needs students. The second resource was a PowerPoint, and it generally spoke about how the Common Core State Standards can relate to the IEP, the goals and objectives of the student. The standards of the Common Core State Standards is not to be the goal and objectives for the student. Rather, the standards set the baseline and is broken down itself, and from there, based on the present level of performance of the student, that's how we build on the goals and objectives. So I'm going to present to you a way to unpack the Common Core State Standards, how you can take one thing and break it apart. And by the way, the Common Core State Standards covers language arts, reading, writing, math, and other core content areas. So my presentation today focuses on language arts or vocabulary. So I brought an Easter basket to unpack and see what we have. And I have here a wrench, I have a ratchet, and I have a screwdriver. As you can see, I have 3 tools, and 3 tools is maybe what I might need for one lesson. Maybe I need only one, maybe I need more than one tool, maybe I need more than 3 tools. Every day is going to be a different way to reach the students, so it takes time and planning to be able to figure out what tools you need for each day, for each individual student. So if we don't take the effort to take the time to plan, we won't be able to successfully teach the student the Common Core State Standards. So as I go back in my basket, I'm going to take a look and see, what else I can find in there to help us out to understand what is going on. I made an image that you might be able to help you understand how this all works. And it is a circle. I put Common Core on top and the standards of the Common Core on the bottom. Inside, I put in green the special education, and underneath I put the individual. So this is very important to understand that the Common Core circles around all students, especially those in the special education area, and it focuses on individuals. The next thing I can unpack from my Easter basket is some words or terms I want you to understand. If you look in the middle word, standards and framework, this comes from the Common Core itself. The framework, if you think of a big picture frame, is what we look at for everybody in the education system, K through 12. As we look more detailed inside the frame, you will see more individual students, and you'll be able to see the standards and how we can break it up for the students to understand and create their levels of learning and layers of learning for more in-depth learning. And you will see again in green, I put things related to the special education student, such as the IEP, and from the IEP we create the goals and objectives. And on the bottom I put the PLOP with the PLOP, which is the present level of performance of the student. In my basket, I'm going to unpack also a little lesson plan for you to see how this may work, how we can break things apart for the student. The first thing, when you're looking at words, this might be for kindergarten or lower level students. Remember, we're not going by their grade level, but rather their present level of performance, wherever the student is at. It's important to start out with images or pictures. And the pictures, if you focus at the one on the bottom, which is a cat, the teacher can go ahead and tell the student that this is a cat. And if you want further information, more higher level meaning, you could say the blue cat. The blue cat has a tail. The blue cat has a white tip on the tail. And then you can go ahead and introduce more images, such as bat, fan, and dad. And also point out, the teacher can point out specific features in the picture, such as the arrow is pointing to the dad, not to the baby, but to the dad. Then the teacher can introduce the letters or the words. In this case, we have consonant, vowel, consonant words. Cat, bat, fan, dad. So this is important to teach the students how the words are formed and what the letters mean. What is the consonant? What is the vowel? So these are many lessons that the child will learn. Perhaps this will be done in a whole week. Then the teacher can introduce the student to a sentence. So, for example, you could start out with a simple sentence such as, the cat ran. Then you can make it a little bit more complex. The cat ran away. When the student is ready, you can create a sentence or have the student create a sentence, and it could say simply, the cat and the dog chased each other throughout the playground. So there is a whole bunch of things for you to review with the students. You could discuss about the TH sound, how the TH is at the beginning of the word, how the TH is in the middle of the word, what it sounds like the and other, and throughout. Also, there are other things in the sentence that you could look at, such as compound words, playground, or words that link words together, such as the word and. You could also look at past tense words, chased, which is a more higher level way of learning for students, especially when I work with my third grades. They always say like chase said instead of chased. So there's something that always has to be reinforced, how to say a past tense word. So as you see, there's different ways to do meanings of words or different levels to teach and present words, letters, sentences, symbols, images. This is part of the Common Core State Standards. So I hope you understand a little bit more of how we can break down our lessons to help it more easily for the students to understand and gain deeper meaning of the content area. And from this, they should be successful in their informal and formal assessments. Thank you, and I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope you enjoy this presentation. Bye.